I'm looking more so at reprogramming my brain and how I think about things. Getting on the train with crowds of people, I don't like it. But it's a necessary evil. I have to get to work. So what do? Either I stand up or I sit down or I put my headphones in with my music, and that's how I do it. I got out on 14 May of 2008, and I flew back here to New York from Missouri. I had my duffel bag, which is a green duffel bag, on my back. I got to 42nd Street Station, and I really had a panic attack because I had not been back home, and all the hustle and bustle, I wasn't used to it anymore. So that's when I noticed that I really needed some help, because I really stood on that platform and I let about 3 or 4 trains go by before I got on the 2 train. You do have to find a gray area, because everything is not black and white in the civilian world. In the military, if you do something wrong, there's a regulation that covers how you're supposed to be punished by it. It's more cut and dry. In the civilian world, it's not that way. It's a lot of gray areas. What's right, what's wrong, what to do, what not to do. And every day it's a struggle, in a sense. Every day. Every day. So yeah. My decision to join active duty was for more independence. My mother was a little out there. She died from a heroin overdose in 1983. So she died at 35 years old. And my older brother died at 23 from the streets. So I've outlived my mother and my older brother, Mike, at 37, you know? That's a violent life. That's a life of death and destruction. And putting us in an adopted family or the foster care system was my grandmother's only option, because she didn't want us to grow up, in a sense, lacking anything. And like I said, you can only spread yourself but so thin. And I think she was really spread thin with my mother's other children. So not necessarily that she didn't love us, but there's sometimes you have to be practical, what you can do and what you can't. And that was a practical choice for her. I think she would have preferred an open adoption, but with my brother and I, it was a closed adoption. So meaning we could not have any contact with my biological family. It made some sense to me as far as my destiny. Like, I wasn't destined to live in that. So me being adopted, I always kind of questioned why me. But when I found out that all of this death and destruction had happened in my absence, it wasn't meant for me to deal with that at the time. But it was that kind of cutoff from my biological family that hurt the most. I think that's where I'm at right now, is just really trying to feel more comfortable going out and being open and exposing myself to new people, and not wanting to fear being let down again or losing those friendships or those connections. I know that it's a part of life, but I really am more of a people person, and now I've become more of an introvert. And I kind of don't like that. That's because it's not who I am. But I think it's just to protect me at this point, because then when I do venture back out, I think I'll have enough within me to sustain any hurt or any loss. And I don't think I'm at a point right now where I could say that I honestly could deal with losing anything else, because I think I've lost so much. My aunt's still here, right?
Yes. Yes. You ain't going?
Oh, no. But it's been a while. I haven't seen her in years, a couple of years. You don't have this in the Bronx. So we are where it all began. This is where I was raised for the first 3 years of my life. And even when I got out of the military, my aunt still lives here. So she's been here for 30, almost 40 years now in the same apartment. So this is really where it began. In theory, right, the only thing really holding me back is myself from ringing the doorbell and saying, "Hi, Auntie, it's your nephew. Can I come up for a few minutes and, you know, chop it up, you know?"
You want to go try and say hi to your aunt, or?
She would probably have a heart attack. Auntie Suzette! Hey, Auntie, it's your nephew.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy. Do this walk again. Whew. How you doing? She retired, so I don't know.
Maybe she went out shopping.
Aunt Suzette.
Hi, sweetie. Come in. Oh my gosh, Shawn, how are you?
Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Where have you been? Come in. Oh, boy.
So since you last saw me, I graduated with my master's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I undergrad 3.9, summa cum laude,
Oh my God.
2015.
Are you kidding me?
2017, my master's in public administration,
Okay.
3.9.
3.9? Why didn't you just get the 4.0? I mean, you know, what happened?
A minuses. A minuses.
Okay, 3.9 is good. I'll give that to you. Okay.
And now I'm working for advocacy and services for LGBT elders.
Okay.
I'm the
okay.
Sage Vets Program Coordinator, and I work with veterans who are 50 and over, LGBT, and helping them get VA services, support groups, anything, you know, veteran related and also civilian wise. If I can connect them, that's my role.
Okay, that sounds nice. That really
Yeah.
does. Have you spoken